What up, y'all? Welcome back to I Said It, the podcast for all things sports. I'm your host, Chris, and today we're talking about the NCAA getting a new format, maybe for the playoffs, 12 teams. I don't know. We're going to talk about these NBA playoffs and what should the Blazers do next on I Said It Sports. Subscribe, motherfucker! Damn! What up, y'all? Welcome back to I Said It, the podcast for all things sports. I'm your host, Chris, and it's the crew with it. Back with me again. I'm fucking up, but it's all good. What's up, y'all?
Hey.
What's up, man? What's up?
It's always good to begin with a fuck up. But we're gonna start it off by talking about the NCAA. They came out and said that they're going to possibly, the announcement was that they're going to possibly expand the playoff system to 12 teams instead of 4. How this is going to work is it's going to be 12 teams, and the seeds 1 through 4, meaning the top 4 teams in the country, are going to get bye weeks. So they're going to get a bye week for the first week, and then I guess they play. I think they don't get a home game for being a top seed. They just get the bye week, and everybody else get an additional home game, things of that nature. The question is to the panel: is this a good idea or is this a bad idea? Darius, man, what you think about this? Because
Well, I think once they figure out all the fine print that's gonna be within this thing, I think it's gonna be a good thing. What I seen was it's gonna basically eliminate like the Power Five bids and all of that. All that gets thrown out the window. Highest seeded conference champions, that means a lot and stuff like that. What I think it does now is with 12 teams, it gives the team that's always like right there, but most of the time they never gonna get the credit over a Alabama or a Clemson or a team of that caliber. Now it gives them that chance. Now it's, oh, you in there and you gonna be with a bunch of other big dogs. So now let's see what you're really about. It gives you the opportunity. It don't mean that they gonna win, but as long as they got the opportunity, it's fair. I feel like to me. Now, what's gonna be tough is like if you is that C12 team, it's gonna be like a rough schedule if you plan on winning, because it's gonna be a lot of games that you would have to win. That's what the playoffs be about. So everybody playing extra games, I guess.
yeah, I think they're just trying to get rid of the playoff committee thing, and
Because it's
just trying to,
terrible. Because they got people like Condoleezza Rice on there.
yeah, like people that you didn't even know knew football, or you know what I'm saying, or never had any experience with football. Because apparently she knows football, but then you got other people that were like former coaches, former ADs. Like you got all the conferences are represented. So when they vote on whoever gets to go in, whatever conference that they're from. So say for instance, they from the SEC, they don't get to be in the room when they discussing the SEC teams, which is stupid because they're the SEC guy. Like that doesn't even make sense to me. But I do understand why they're trying to move him to like so he doesn't be biased when we're trying to debate.
Those dudes are all biased to their conference.
Of course
Every
they
single
are.
one of them.
Of course
Yes,
they
because
are.
more games equal more
Anything they're
money.
saying, bro, they have to be out in the room.
More games equal more money for our conference.
But the thing of it is how are we going to keep the same format? Like how are they going to dictate who the top 12 teams are? Are they going to go off all the polls and add them all up?
They
Or
already
are they going to
said
get rid of the
that.
committee altogether, or they're going to be like, oh, okay, this is the committee, and they
I
decide
think
the
it's the
12
top
teams.
12, bro. Like whatever the
Yeah,
top
they
12
said
teams are, the top 12 teams that
they
go.
said the only thing that's like guaranteed is like high seeded conference champions. So like if you was, let's say you in the SEC and you playing the SEC championship and you win and your team is ranked probably number 5 or something like that, you ain't got to worry about getting in versus another conference champion in a lower bracket who might be like 17 or something like that. They got a better chance. They, even with them not being a top level, I think that gives them a better chance to get in. And it's like they said they're not gonna be biased. Like, nigga, it's a chance that your conference might not have no teams in there. And if it is, that's just your conference fault. It ain't no favoritism. Is basically what they trying to say. It ain't
I
no
think
more
it's
all that
really
Power 5 stuff
the top
is
12.
about to be out the window.
I understand that. I just felt like they should have started with. I felt like it was too many teams. I felt like it should have been 8, where all the conference champions get an automatic bid, and then everybody. Then you have what you. So you got your Power 5. So all the conference champions will get an automatic bid, and then you got the next 3 teams there. And then the top 2 seeds will possibly either get a
So
bye or something like that, or work it out to where they get the
Power
advantage.
5 teams still get an automatic bid, even if, let's say, one of the Power 5 conferences was trash?
I mean, I get it. I see what you're saying, but that takes away the argument where people are like, "Oh, USC had 1 loss, but they conference, everybody else in the conference was ass." So you view them as ass, but they might not be. They might be pretty damn good. It's just that they conference sucked.
If you keep the Power 5 doing it the way you doing it, as good as Coastal Carolina played, they still wouldn't have got in.
But what
As
I'm
good as
saying
Boise
is,
State played it some of them years, they still wouldn't have got in, because when they do that Power 5 stuff now, they be like, oh yeah, these 2 SEC teams gonna get in because, oh, this one's ranked number 2 and this one's ranked number 3 or number 4 or 5 or something. But when they doing it this way, they only taking, it only matters if you're a winner. So like now, hey, if you lost in the championship game, and that junk gonna hurt more if you lost in the SEC championship game, because these people that won their conference, they won their conference. So that gives them, I feel like, a higher chance of getting in. Versus you see, like I said, with the college playoff, you got 2 SEC teams in there, 2 ACC teams in there. Now another conference got like a real chance of getting in there.
I mean, I feel that, but that's why I was saying, like, the conference champion, like, you had to at least win your conference championship. That gives an automatic bid. I like that part. I just felt like it was too many teams. I will, like I said, like I will have it is conference championship. You got your 5, boom, and then whoever is left is either teams that's got. It's going to be based on your record and your record against top 10 teams. So therefore, your record, like your schedule, matters for me. So if you playing against top tier competition and you're winning, or say like if you're like a UCF that was undefeated, it was UCF that went undefeated a couple years ago, right? I think it was. Went undefeated. They're going to get in because they're going to be ranked probably like 6 or 7. Then you got 2 more slots for whoever else had the best schedule and the best record.
You still show favoritism to maybe that Power 5 champion. UFC won their conference championship and went undefeated. And then Alabama lost a game or 2 and won their conference championship. And now they get a higher bid just because they Power 5.
They do that anyway, but yeah, that's pretty much.
That's what's going to happen with this anyway.
That's why when they rank the
they
top
said they
4,
taking
even
that whole thing out of it,
get left out all the time.
Okay. Watch, it's going to be like
So
4
if
SEC
it
teams
switched to
in,
8,
and everybody else going to be like, what?
They will find a way to leave dudes out.
They're going to find a way. Whoever going to be, I just feel like it's whoever's going to be team 13 is going to be like, man, that's some bull, bruh.
Hey, but you had a better shot at 13 than you ever did at 6.
You had at 4.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you could be 12 next year. You ain't usually jumping from 13 to 2.
Yeah. And now this gives more than 4 teams a chance at the championship, because they had a New Year's 6, but the 5 and 6 ain't playing for nothing. They just playing in a high profile ball game. Now
that
you
they
got
don't care
all the
about,
way
bro. It's not
12
the
spots
same.
that any of these teams got a chance to win.
But do
So
y'all
And
all the
feel
dudes
like
that
I
opt
said,
out to like go pro, they got to make a choice if their team makes it, if they're gonna try to actually
yeah.
play.
And I feel like with them saying, we would have to see how it goes. With them saying how, they'll take out like the Power 5 favoritism. Like I said, yeah, your team could have been ranked high when you played in that conference championship, but you lost. Maybe they gave you 2 losses. And then that lower school in that lower conference, man, they went undefeated and won a conference championship. So that give them
It'll be
something
some
over you.
blowouts. It'll be
That
some
could be,
blowouts. It'll be some
and
upsets.
yeah,
It's good
and
for
that could be
football, man.
where
Just more
it's gonna
teams.
make it interesting because then seeding matters.
4 was always a bad idea. Like 4 was a bad idea. They just had to
It's
come
just
up with something because people were
it's too
complaining.
many teams for it to
So
just be 4.
now the next step is they ain't gonna put all 25 in there. You ain't gonna put the top
Yeah,
25 in
they
there.
ain't gonna do
So
no
you got,
crazy
and
shit
12
like
is
that.
what the league does. Up until just last year when they added those 2 new teams, it was only 12 going for the NFL. So that's, I think, why they chose that number. You already have an idea how long it takes to play that amount of games. They can just play that on through, and that'll still kill most of
And
December when the
yeah,
vacation, when dudes are going on vacation for pro ball, that little in between time where
yeah.
there's no pro ball and colleges played a lot. That's just gonna cover up that time frame.
And I feel like that's like a good number because usually it's gonna be like in the top 15 because then we'll see something crazy. We used to be like, oh man, this SEC team lost 2 games. They still ranked in the top 10 and all of that. Then you got this smaller school. They might have lost a good game to a Florida or a Oregon. They might have lost by 3 points. And you got them right there at 12, 13. That probably gives them a better shot too. Because you
Some
ain't
people
gonna
gonna
really
lose that you don't expect
look
to
too
lose,
far
bro.
past about
But there's
12
gonna be some
teams.
blowouts too.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
But like we said about football in a episode before, hey, you only get 1 game to play. So you come out there on any Saturday and play bad, man, it's over with. And you got these dudes sitting, these first 4 teams sitting. Man, you run into a
Right.
hot
They can have
team.
that week off
Hey,
rust and be terrible the
yeah,
next week. Like, yeah.
anything can happen. So I think it probably will be interesting, man. We
It'll
gotta at
be
least
better than
try to
just
see.
those 4. And I think they just doing that to try to get somebody to give Alabama some trouble. Because Alabama makes the whole thing look bad, bro. It's like, why y'all
It'll be
doing this
less
every
gripe.
year because Alabama gonna win?
It'll be less gripe. It'll be less gripe. If 12 teams get in versus 4, there ain't really no complaining if 12 teams get in. Like,
You
nigga,
didn't
it
think
was
you was winning in
12
the top
chances.
15 anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah.
just think
If you was past 15, you probably ain't have no shot of getting in anyway. So them taking the top 12, I feel like that should be good. It
that's
should
a
be
lot,
a
yo.
whole
That's a lot of
it should be a
football.
whole lot less crime.
It keeps it consistent for a few weeks.
I don't know, Brianna, what you think? Because I think also with this, I think players are actually going to sit out. You like how I did that, didn't you? You like how I did that, didn't you? She was quiet. I was like, I mean, what you think?
And
I
she
mean,
was
it's
just trying to soak it
like
in.
the NFL. Like a lot of players, hey, we about to go to the playoff. We about to sit. I think that's gonna be the same thing in college. Like the topper team, like we can beat this team with just these players. We could. I feel like that's gonna be happening. You don't think it's gonna be happening, Blair? I definitely do.
When you say beat them with these players, what do you mean?
College is the
You really
place.
think they'll fit some of their better players because they
Yeah.
think some team is a scrubby team?
Yes.
Yeah. No,
No.
bro. You mean like no suit up? You mean like don't suit them up, sit?
Yes.
You think they gonna
No.
just not?
No.
It's a reason, especially if this player played the whole game.
No.
You think Ohio State feel like they was just gonna sit Justin Fields
if they
let's
were
say
playing
they
like
made
a
it in?
Kent State or somebody,
What you mean?
What
They
I'm
playing-
saying,
they
like,
playing-
not
they playing
necessarily,
top 12.
not
They playing
necessarily the
top
quarterback, because
12
that doesn't
team in the
never happen.
country.
That doesn't really
If
ever
Kent
happen.
State ranked
But
top
they
12,
playing-
that means Ohio State
they
will be
playing-
ranked 5 or lower, bro. You
I
just
mean,
I get all
automatically
that.
assume you're gonna beat them like that.
What I'm saying is, like, the
Exactly.
players that they feel like, if I got two great players, like at Alabama, if I got a linebacker who been balling, and I know I got another one right behind him that he playing sparingly, I'm like, look, I'm gonna set him down a little bit because I know he nicked up, and I'm gonna play him, and we still gonna be all right. You
No.
don't think that's gonna happen? I
How
definitely
do
think
you
that's
know
gonna
if you're
happen.
gonna be all right, bro?
because
You
now,
never know
because
what
now,
those backups are gonna do.
you gotta think about it now, Chris. College football is emulating the NFL,
Oh yeah,
which is where a lot of these dudes are trying to get to. So there ain't gonna be no, oh, I'm gonna sit you, because when you get to the league, they not gonna sit you because they feel like, oh, they not gonna do this in the playoff
no.
one game matters.
I'm saying during the regular season.
No,
No.
no.
They didn't don't do it
Definitely.
now.
Because
They don't
because
do it
in,
now, bro.
because in
Yeah.
college, one game can crush your season.
Everything
I'm
about
saying is-
college matters, bro.
Still,
Right,
yeah.
But
all that stuff matters.
Every
what I'm
week matters.
saying,
Every snap matters for those dudes.
Exactly.
It matters for the players, bro. The players care.
I get it, but what I'm saying is, when your spot is secured, right?
How is your spot secure?
How?
This is what I'm saying. So if your spot is secure, say you're undefeated, right? Everybody else got at least two losses, right? And they're gonna be like, man, Bama can lose a game and they'll still be in the top 4 seeds, right? But I'll still vote them number 1 or 2. It ain't gonna matter.
Yeah, but you said who they gonna
do
sit
that?
is getting later, bro. It's going into the conference championship. So at what point do you sit somebody heading into the conference? They not playing the conference championship. Those are still happening, bro.
I mean, I understand that, but what I'm saying is, I think that's going to be the case.
No, because them games matter too much, especially once you get into interconference play. You don't got no room to sit nobody.
Dude, they only play like 2 butt teams a year, like two truly booty teams a year. Then they playing all conference games.
One
conference don't
upset,
suck.
one
You can't
upset
sit
can
dudes in their
alter.
conference.
Yeah, one upset can alter your season. This ain't like you playing in the NFL and you like, oh yeah, I could lose this game to this NFC opponent and I played in the AFC. No, all these boys' games matter.
You
All
lose
these
to a booty squad, it murders your
you
numbers.
mess
It
around
kills
and
your
lose
rank,
to
bro.
a
You
booty
just
squad.
lose to a
Man,
butt
you
team.
super dropping. You super dropping. Especially if you a team like Alabama.
That ain't how it works, Chris, and you
If
know
Alabama,
it, bro. You
if
can't
Alabama
lose to a
goes
I'm
booty
trying to
here,
tell you, these niggas gonna be sitting. I'm trying to tell you. I see them sitting.
Alabama,
They're gonna be sitting. I'm trying to tell you.
if Alabama goes out here and
They're
they
not
feel
pro
like,
players,
oh,
bro.
So you
College
mean to
players
tell
ain't
me when
no
they
numbers.
play the
hold on.
Citadel, because they play them every year, you mean to tell me when they play the Citadel, okay, which is a glorified high school team, you mean to tell me that they ain't gonna sit some of these boys that's nicked up?
hold on.
Hey, man, let me ask you something. If they
these
played the
dudes
Citadel last
first-
year, who started the game? Who played the game last year?
Yeah. First of all, and when they play those type of teams, when do they play them? In the beginning, right?
Nah,
When
they play them in the
everybody-
middle of their SEC schedule.
before they get to SEC schedule. You think Alabama want to take the chance of taking a loss before they going into a SEC schedule? Do you know what a loss to the Citadel does to a number 1 team?
I understand what you're saying,
Especially in the circumstances. What you mean? Come on now, because conference
because you act like,
championships.
y'all acting like it's not gonna happen. It's going to happen.
Hold on. So why don't they do
It
it
is
now?
going to happen.
They
Why
just
don't they
blow
do
them
it
out
now?
and dudes get swapped out anyway. They
I mean,
swap dudes
I know
out anyway.
that too, but I'm saying,
Why
like,
don't they do it now?
they're going to start be like, bro, we don't really
Why
even
don't
care
they
about
do
this
it
game.
now? Why don't they do
Nobody
it now?
says we don't care about this game in college
In
football. Bro.
college.
Nobody
But
says that. in
this
college
is the
football.
change that's going to make it start to happen. Is what I'm
Why?
saying.
Why?
Why?
Because you just assume that they're going to be in the top 4.
That's what I'm saying. Like a team whose playoff is secure.
But you can't
Dude, Alabama
afford.
lose a game almost every year.
They're not
They
gonna
lose
lose
at
a
least
game to
one
the
game in the
Citadel.
division.
You don't know that.
Who
That's what I'm
cares
saying.
about
You don't
Citadel,
know
man?
that.
They need,
That's all I'm
you know
saying.
why they need that win at
don't know
Citadel?
that.
Just in case
Every
they
game
lose to
matters.
Texas A&M, bro. They need that win at Citadel.
And now, but what I'm
Exactly.
saying, now that it's 12 teams, it ain't no way that they're not going to make the playoff.
There's
Wait, but
definitely
your
a way
seed in the
that they
playoff
don't
matters,
make the
bro.
playoffs. Yes. I
It's
just
still
told you.
seeding.
I understand the
just
seeding
told
matters,
you.
but what I'm saying is like they're not their superstar quarterback or something like that. I'm talking about the player that they know they got somebody behind him that can still play. They're
You
gonna
mean
rest
they
that
can find
dude.
a reason to not play Buddy?
You said what?
And they find a reason to not play Buddy because
Yeah, they're gonna find a reason.
and he got a
gonna find a
decent
reason.
dude.
Like,
That's
bro, there ain't
every
no point.
If
position
they
at
could,
Alabama.
if they could do that, they would do that already.
That's every position at Alabama, bro.
If they could do
They
that,
all
they
have
would do
a
that
5-star
already.
dude waiting to back up another 5-star dude.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, they're gonna be like, look, you can
That's
just
not
chill on
how
this
they
one. We
play
got this
college
one out.
football.
Hold on. This is what I'm telling you, Chris.
Bro.
This is what I'm telling you. With them taking the Power 5 stuff out of there, every game definitely matters now. Because now when the SEC, just because you lost in the conference championship and you had a high seed, doesn't automatically mean that you're going to make the playoff. So what if you did blow that game to Citadel? And now you got a tiebreaker that you got to go through between SEC East and SEC West, and somebody else is undefeated. And you fuck around and not even get in the championship game.
I understand what you're saying.
They not gonna sit.
I understand what you're saying. What I'm saying
nobody.
is it's still gonna happen.
Where you get in the playoffs matters, bro. It just matters. Your seeding matters.
I know. I feel you. I know. But
And one game
in
is
the
enough
situation
to keep
that
you out of the top
superpowers
four.
are in, I don't see them not putting them in and not putting them in a high seed. That's just how I feel.
You know why
You got
every
anything to
snap
say
matters
about
to the
this?
dudes playing, bro, to the kids playing, because that's every drop of tape for them to go to the league. They don't take plays off, dude. That's not how they play.
These dudes haven't made it.
Oh no, I understand that. Yeah, I understand that.
I'ma sit him, and now the kid behind him goes off. Now you don't got a reason to sit this kid. Now you got a problem. It was a reason this dude was starting over this other dude, because y'all give us the best chance to win every game that we play. Like I said, these dudes ain't made it, bro, and they not trying to give up their opportunity. If that was the case,
swapped out, bro. You know they don't play the whole game.
If that was the case, then kids only decide to sit in bowl games. Nobody
Because it don't matter.
Yeah,
because they don't care about.
Once you get to that point, once you know that, it don't matter. But everybody trying to get to the championship, so everybody gonna put their best foot forward to try to win. Ain't nobody gonna blow no missed game. Nobody gonna blow no chance to get no bye week, especially in college. That one game gonna matter. The other 4 conference championship is undefeated, and Alabama got a bullshit loss because they sat their running back. Now who got to play an extra game? Niggas ain't going for that. Niggas ain't going for that.
Anything?
You trying to hand that over to Brianna?
He was not. He wasn't trying to hand it over to me. I got nothing.
Several times.
He was trying. I got nothing.
Like, bro, whatever alley you trying to throw, I can't reach you.
I'm
not catching that, bro.
I'm saving the tape when the shit happens. Yeah, I said it is posting. I'm just saying. Moving on. We got to talk about the Blazers. We were having a discussion on what the Blazers should do next to improve the team. What is the best move for them? What is the piece that they need to get over the hump? So, in your opinion, what is the piece that they need or that they're missing to get over the hump and make it to the NBA Finals, winning the championship, getting Dame some help, or is it getting rid of Dame and just starting over? What are you thinking, Blair? What you thinking?
It can't be getting rid of Dame and starting over, can it? Like, that's the whole point of the what they trying to do to help Dame out. Like, you don't know if you get somebody else in Portland. It's gonna take a while. What they need help. Like, they actually need like to swap a few people off on their team. D'Antoni, the reason we started because we talked about D'Antoni being the right coach.
Correct.
Now, I don't think D'Antoni's the right coach to get them over the hump. He might make them a little more exciting, but I don't even know how because they don't even have the type of big man they need to play the style that D'Antoni wants to play.
Yep.
And putting the ball in Dame's hand more for usage is not winning a ring. Like, it's just not happening. We'll just have the Houston show all over again. So they need a coach. I'm cool with a coach that doesn't have any head coaching experience, but has championship experience. Somebody that at least won, that knows at least how to get to guys. A good point guard coach. A few of them. Chauncey Billups, I think, would be a good coach if he can, communicate the same way he did as a point guard, and he got a ring. Knowing how to win matters as a player and as a coach. And I think a lot of times it can be translated as a winner. Like, winning can be translated into words to other dudes. If you knew how to do it before, you should be okay at it now. I don't know if D'Antoni is the right voice for them. I think they need to get rid of CJ McCollum. I know this is a crazy year and everybody was hurt, but I'm like, they need to retool the offense to where they can have a ball-dominant point guard, but he's more of an actual point guard because Dame's more of a two anyway. So you get a guy that can get everybody else involved. They need a big of some sort. Melo's old. We all know Melo ain't getting any better. It's only going to go down. He can sustain what he can do. He can't give you 35 minutes a night of that. So I think they need a big, I want to say a good guard and a big, but I could take just a good wing and a big. They need somebody bigger and better than the dudes they have in the front court. Even if you want to keep the back court together, they just need a better front court that's more agile, that can shoot better. It's just something wrong with Portland. I don't know what it is, man. What's up, Brianna? What you think?
I think that Dame should go ahead and go. Like, how many times I'm gonna get here and not be able to make it? Like, I can't keep dropping 50 and the rest of the people around me, like, he had the best game I've ever seen the other night. That nigga was dropping threes back to back. He was the reason why them niggas was still in it. And the rest of the people around him was garbage. Like, how are y'all not helping me out? Like, what is happening? It's only so much more he could take. I feel like he needs to go somewhere else where he's more suited because they're not doing what they're supposed to do. I mean, they can try to build a whole nother squad around him, but wow.
So you think they need like a whole four-man
She's saying
squad
Dame got to go. And they got to start over.
I feel like his talent is
But that's
just
what
being
I'm saying.
wasted in Portland.
I feel you. That's what I'm saying, though. They need to swap out a lot of pieces.
Yeah.
Like, y'all think it's like one or two pieces. I think it's more than the one or two pieces that y'all think they need.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's more than
Bruh.
if we gotta clean the whole team, then I might as well just go.
I'm gonna
I
tell
don't
you.
want them to go, though. I want them to be able to at least build something, but they need help.
Hold on. All right. This is
How you gonna
What
get the
I-
help if they too good to get the help?
hold
They
on.
can't
Hold on.
stretch. That's the problem. They middle
Yeah,
good,
that's-
bro. That's like you bottom
That's the
7, 8,
biggest thing.
6, 7, 8 good. You never get a
All
good
right.
draft pick. You never get
Listen.
a game-changing dude.
Okay.
Hey, look, if this is how I feel about it. If Portland wants to win with Dame and CJ, I don't think they got to give up neither one of them. But they need to gut the whole rest of the team, bro,
Okay.
and get one premier big, dog. I ain't saying he got to be top 5 in the league, but just a nice name that's going to help them the most defensively. Because them scoring points ain't a problem. These niggas can't stop nobody, dog. These niggas can't stop nobody. And they big.
But see, the thing is, Dame and CJ ain't stopping nobody. I can see
fine.
if both of those dudes
Hold
did it
on.
and everybody else has got it.
What I'm saying is, that's fine. If you get you a nice premier big,
Rudy
helps
Gobert
your
is
defense.
just Rudy
He
Gobert.
don't gotta be Rudy Gobert. He don't necessarily gotta be Rudy Gobert.
I said,
Then who would it be?
Gobert is,
Bruh, Rudy Gobert is #1. He just won Defensive Player of the Year. If they got Rudy Gobert, man, they going to the finals, nigga.
They will be much
Going.
better as a
Them
team.
boys
They
going to
might
the
not go to
finals.
the finals, but they will be better as a
With
team.
Rudy Gobert. Because McCullough, he's still going to get hit. You know Dame dropping 30 in the playoffs. You know he's dropping 30. Man, the boy got Rudy Gobert out there setting screens and throwing nigga shit. If they not going to find a way to get a premier big, then I agree with Brianna. Man, let this man Dame go be great. Because he done sacrificed it all, dog. Like, there's no way. And we done talked about how people can criticize players about leaving all they want. Bruh, if players back then could have left, they would have left, dog. They would have left. When you give your all at your job, and your job is not reciprocating that back to you, and you can't make no progress, what do?
The only people
You leave.
that would be mad, the only people that's gonna be mad that he leaves is the Portland fans. Ain't nobody else gonna be like, oh
Exactly.
shit, Dame.
Yeah,
At this
like they're not
point,
gonna
I don't think they
understand
would be
why he
mad.
left.
Nigga, you know why CJ ain't gonna be mad? Because he leaving too. He like, bruh, I know
He gonna be
exactly
gone
why you
too,
leaving. And guess what? Both of them will go to a contending squad easily. Dame automatically makes somebody's team better.
A contender,
And teams always need shooters. So CJ gonna go anywhere that need a shooter. Chris,
Okay, so the problem, like you were saying, I agree with you. I agree on everything pretty much you said, Darius. But I might have to put little Chris in the corner for this one because he gonna be like, "What?" I think they need to trade CJ McCollum.
Thank
They
you.
need to trade CJ and get a two-way defender. Well, a defender that can defend 1 through 4, which is really, really hard to find, but can also score. Well, who that person is, I don't know.
Exactly, too.
I don't know who y'all can get. I don't know if he's in the draft. I don't know if you can go and you can parlay CJ into getting somebody in the draft. I don't know who y'all can get. I don't know if you can
the
go ahead and
biggest
get
thing
Andrew
is
Wiggins, but we don't even see him as that type of dude. Okay.
they gotta win now though. With Dame,
They gotta win
they
now.
gotta win now.
I don't know who it is.
They
I
are
don't
not
know
in win now. That is
who
not a
y'all can
win now
get,
team.
but that's what they
That's
need. They need
so?
somebody who can defend and can score. But I
But
don't
it's
know
just
who
how
that
many
is.
But
times,
that's
If the
beyond
Clippers
just
fail,
how many
maybe
times they
Paul
gonna
George
get
is
to the
up on the
threshold
market.
and
That's
not be able to walk
beyond
across?
just
I don't
What'd you
know.
say?
If the what I said was if the Clippers fail, maybe Paul George gets on the market and you could trade
Paul
him
George
for CJ.
just
I don't
signed.
know.
He just signed a max deal.
Get on the market. No, bruh. We not doing that Paul George run no more. Like, nah.
So
No, yeah.
hold on, Chris. So you think they should swap CJ for Kawhi?
I would do that. Of course, I would do that. What you mean? I would do
I'm saying
that.
because
But
I'm just thinking like that would be like the only person that would be like stupid available because niggas like Jason Tatum and all of them dudes, they getting
they're not
re-signed.
going
For
anywhere.
sure.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere.
Dude's not going anywhere.
But then you're really not doing nothing but bringing another person there that's going to give him a couple points. But what about the rest of the collective? Where the
Well,
rest
but
of
see,
they
the other
big.
guys that we're talking
My
about also
thing
plays
is-
defense, though.
My thing is they big still gonna be trash.
You said that one dude, bro. Like, yeah, that's the problem. They get the
And-
But that's what I'm saying.
middle of the road pick every time.
You
And
gotta
this
trade him for a
dude-
two-way player.
Is
they
that
don't
dude
just need
how
like
much?
one extra player. They
How
need like
much?
they
How
need a
much
couple-
One two-way
can he
player
make
changes
up?
them.
Because CJ scored. CJ averaged like 26, 27 a game.
Mm-hmm.
That's it though. It's Dame and CJ. Dame and CJ. Like what are y'all doing? What is the rest of y'all doing?
That's why I
I'm
say
need y'all to be in double
bold.
digits.
That's why I'm with you, Brianna. Bold.
I'm gonna need y'all to be
Put
in
Damian
double-
Lillard
What's
at
happening?
number 1, and then put CJ McCollum at number 2, and then after that, them boys just should just have a blank slate and see what
Yeah, we gotta start
see what
over.
we can
We gotta
get, bro.
redo it.
And
See what
I
we can
say
get, dog.
we have Dame number 1, and everybody else can go. Everybody
you
else
gonna-
can go.
Same thing though, bro. Like that's the same thing.
Yeah,
I'm
and
saying.
you
Like,
and
they
you
gotta
gonna
swap out
the
more than
biggest
just
thing
one
is
piece.
And
yeah,
so
the
that's what I'm
biggest
saying. If they're doing all of that, then they
Just
need
let
to
him go.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Oh,
we
I
gotta-
agree
because
with you
at
there
least-
too. They need to let him go.
if you keep CJ, I'm pretty sure Dame feels like besides him, the most important piece is CJ. So if
Yeah.
you at least keep him, he got some familiarity out there. You just gonna gut it and then just give him 4 new people.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
That's what he need though. He
That's
need
what
to
he
hold
need.
You might, if
on.
that's the case,
don't act like
I
he
feel
don't
like
need
if
it. He
that's
do.
I'm like Brianna. You might as well just let him
Take
go.
him and go. Yeah, like
Yeah,
see that-
because you can just get a lot back for him and keep the rest of the team intact.
They might not get what you think for him, man.
Man, a niggas will give up some shit for Damian Lillard.
Yeah, but it would be from a good team, so it would be pointless.
Exactly.
It
So
depends.
It would have to be needed from a butt team for it to have value in the future. Man. And a good team would trade for Dame, but you're not getting any good picks from that team because
It
they're going to be
depends on the
good
team.
over the next few years.
It depends on the team.
I'm sure Dame got a no trade clause in there, so he would have to approve wherever they
Yeah,
send him to.
And exactly. And that means that he ain't going nowhere where it's gonna put him in a situation where he's at less than when he at now.
Right.
Because I feel like he's at that point in his career now, like Dame is on that type of level with his play. Like he bring that much.
Yeah,
Like, oh, I could give up this because Dame is gonna bring that.
yeah.
I can easily say,
But you still have to leave
Dame
a
Lillard is
team
top
that
5
can
player in the
win
NBA.
with all the stuff you gave up for Dame.
I say for me, Damian Lillard is a top 5 player in the NBA.
It's debatable.
That's why I say for me. I ain't saying like for sure.
No.
That's why I
I'm
said for me.
saying like, yeah, I definitely can see an argument there. Like Dame
Yes.
top 5 for sure. There is a such thing as being too loyal, bro. Everybody want these dudes to live
it
and
out to
die
the
just
end.
with the team that draft them, and that ain't how this shit work. Nigga, you ain't live and die with your first job when you 15 or 16. Like, bro, you wanna progress, nigga. It ain't all about money. These dudes want to win.
Yeah, because when it stopped being about money is after they get that second
Exactly.
contract.
They got money.
Bro, I
They
wanna
got
win now.
money. Yeah, bro, I want to win because that's what your legacy is gonna be based off of.
That's what
Nobody
people gonna
talk about
when I'm done.
Nobody talk about none of these old dudes and be like, oh yeah, this dude had a $60 million contract. And this dude, they'd be like, nah, Jordan had 6 rings and the rest of these niggas ain't won nothing.
We're gonna stick with the NBA right now, and we got to talk about these NBA playoffs. They are going on as we speak because we do record this on Tuesday, people. So a lot of us is trying to be Negro Dominus and predict the future. A lot of us, some of us ain't as good at it as others right now, but mainly
Obviously.
me. But I don't know if Brianna ever went back to watch that show, but she can definitely tell you.
Yeah.
I can tell you it wasn't that good of a prediction.
Hey, me and Blair tried to tell him. We tried to save him from himself.
Wasn't that good? But
He said LeBron James is on the court.
LeBron James.
hey, it is
And
what it
LeBron
is.
James court side right now.
What we gonna talk about today is these playoffs, as the players that's in it right now. So we know we all thoroughly enjoying these playoffs. It is flipping from day to day. I'm trying not to be reactive to what you just saw the last game. That's why I was good in not saying that the Clippers is done. We just was like, hey, I'm riding this wave. The Clippers tied it up. The Nets is just looking like they are the tattered old man trying to make it across the finish line because he done ran 50 miles, but his back is hurting, his ankle's hurting. his hip is bothering him, and they're just trying to make it through. And the same thing, you can say the same thing about the 76ers. What's going to determine who's going to win this championship is who in the hell is healthy, period. Because they started this season off way too fast. Now, we can definitely say that now. They started it off way too fast. They came back too quick. So, therefore, all your stars are getting hurt. Who is going to finish it off, man? We don't know. Apparently, James Harden going to play tonight. Some of us agree with that. Some of us don't.
He is playing right
He is
now.
on the court.
They're
Damn.
down 12-2.
He's on the court.
Oh my
You said, and
God.
who's down?
First quarter.
The
Brooklyn.
Nets down.
12-2. And guess who got 2 points?
James, Kevin Durant. Kevin.
He got to come through score
Efficiency
80 tonight. So
Hey,
we going to talk about him too.
ain't no Durant, dog.
Because we got to
That
talk
nigga
about him
got
too.
it.
Because Sean said something, and he ain't here today because he's doing things. He's getting his life together real quick. What do y'all think is going to happen, man? Are they going to pull this through, or is the Nets going to be able to pull this through and finish it off?
Man, look.
Not
I'm
if those two dudes are hurt.
Bruh, I'm going to say this. I believe that KD is probably good enough to do more than his part.
I was going to ask
But
that.
hold on.
I was going
I
to
think
ask that. Is
KD
that
is
fair?
good enough to do. Hold on. I think he's good enough to do more than his part. I don't think that the Nets, without a healthy James Harden and without Kyrie, got enough to give him what he need to get over the hump, bruh. Because at this point, you still can't expect him to do everything. Because now you literally on your last leg, which is the dude that tore his Achilles, bruh.
Last year.
Yes, just last year. Like, bro, you can't do this to this man, bro. And I feel bad for KD, dog. Like, because he did his part, dude. He averaged 30. He stayed healthy. He rested when he needed to. And they got him some crazy pieces. Bro, we was talking about this team being, like, super ridiculous. Y'all don't even realize what 2K looked like with the Brooklyn Nets, bro. Like, it's crazy. And now it's like, okay, I know you came off this Achilles, but I need you to score close to 40, and I'm going to need you to play harder defense, and I'm going to need you to get me some more rebounds. And now you got James Harden trying to pull the Anthony Davis, and y'all just said the score was 12-2. Same thing happened in the Lakers game.
14.
Same thing happened in the Lakers game, bro. Like, he just taking up space. He's just taking up space. It's okay, bro. We know you wanted to play.
I tell you this, watching him, bro,
It don't look good.
nowhere close.
And that's what they need at this point. With Kyrie hurt, they need James Harden to be James Harden. And what I had said earlier, I felt like them boys was like, oh, okay, we'll be all right. Because if one of them boys hurt, we'll have the other two.
I think it's tough for Brooklyn without Kyrie and James, bro, to be able to win the chip.
Yeah. KD
Like,
could drag them.
I even think they
this
could
round,
make
I
a
think.
good series if some of the other dudes kind of come through. I mean, the crazy thing about Brooklyn is it ain't just James and Kyrie that was hurt, man. Like, you had Jeff Green, Buddy blew his knee out. Like,
Spencer
they lost
Dinwiddie,
a lot of people throughout the season. And this is just the worst of it because Kyrie was the last dude that they could still do it with. Like, okay, 3 is excessive, but you still got 2 of them. They can still make it out. But without Kyrie, bro, and this James Harden, I think he can give them enough to keep it close. He ain't gonna be scoring nothing, so he's just gonna be facilitator, man.
The question I was going to ask is because Sean said something. I was like, look, man. And I've been seeing people saying this, that KD is good enough and he should be able to beat the Bucks by itself. And I said, That's not fair, man. He's like, what you mean? They be expecting LeBron to do it and do it. I'm like, yeah, but he's a different player. And it's unfair when we do it to him. But to expect him to beat, I don't care if he's not playing the Super Bowl. He ain't got nobody else. He out there literally by himself. I don't know what that feels like. But I'm sure it's very frustrating when you pass the ball to somebody and they pass it right back to you. And you just like, all right, shoot this real quick. You open. They like, nah, bro, you got it. Like, I'm out here by myself. I can't shoot all the damn shots. I'm tired. I need to take a break on offense.
If this was regular circumstances, I would expect that out of KD because they expect it out of LeBron. They expect it out of Kawhi. They expect it out of all the great players. But guess what?
It feels unfair, though.
This man just came off a freaking Achilles injury, bro. Like, he been playing good, but guess what? During the season, he still went multiple games without playing. Like, this is the most that KD done had to put in this season. And like, bro, it's just so much, dog. It's so much at this point because of the players that they lost. It's so much, dog. Like, cause this nigga Blake Griffin ain't Blake Griffin from the Pistons. I mean, I'm not Blake Griffin from the Clippers. This nigga DeAndre Jordan is nothing. I don't even know how he became a part of what they had going on in Brooklyn. He has literally been nothing.
Because he's friends with
KD. Definitely better off keeping Jared Allen. This is where Jared Allen would have been big right now. Now you need KD to go out there, score 40, guard Giannis sometime, guard Chris Middleton sometime, because you is the longest nigga that we got on the team. And Jeff Green is still hurt, so he ain't 100. And I need you to score 40 and still be efficient. He scored like 25, 26 the other night, but he was like 9 of some bullshit.
25.
Yeah.
25, yeah, 28.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, you can't expect that man to do all of that. You can't expect him to do all of that, dog. I can't, for me personally, man, bro, I don't expect him to carry these niggas. Bro, you asking too much. You asking too much. If he never had this injury, hell yeah, KD, bitch, go out there and score 45, because we know you can do that shit.
Because it came up because of the discussion was like, nah, we judge all the great players on this scale, right?
And I agree.
And I agree with that because I've done that my whole life. That's only fair. We can't sit up here and say, oh, you can't do this because of blah, 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 blah. You this type of player. But at the same time, it just don't feel right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just don't feel right. Like, it just don't feel right. Like, how am I going to expect him to initiate the offense and do all this other shit when I know he's not that kind of player? He knows he's not that kind of player. I score buckets. You guys initiate the offense. Get it to me. I'm going to score the buckets.
It's different.
Y'all do everything else. That's all nice. I'm going to score these buckets because that's what I do. That's like asking Carmelo Anthony. It's the same exact thing. That's like asking Carmelo Anthony to initiate the offense, play great defense, and still score 40. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm scoring buckets. That's what I do.
When Carmelo was at that superstar level, they expected that out of Carmelo, and he didn't deliver. And they bash his ass for it to this day. But Carmelo wasn't coming off of no Achilles injury. That's the biggest thing in this equation to me, bruh. Like, it's too much. Just like, I wasn't expecting, like when Paul George shattered his leg.
Oh, yeah.
Nigga, nobody was expecting the season after, even if Paul George's team make the playoff. You're not expecting Paul George to carry these niggas, not this season, because he just came off of shattering his leg. And KD just came off of an injury that most people can't even come off of. Only a few. I can't count 5 on my hand that came back from an Achilles. That shit took Kobe out. And this the hardest working nigga or at least for me, the hardest working nigga I ever seen probably in the NBA. That shit dropped this nigga like a bad habit.
Do you feel like it's unfair, Blair?
Yeah, but that's just... They're going to ask it anyway. I think more of what they want him to get is the 45. If he had like 45, 5 and 5, everybody would be happy with that. He tried. He gave it all he had, bro. He gonna need the 40 though. Like the 40 is what they're judging him on more than anything, how close he gets to 40 to if they're gonna suck or not. I've said it all season, bro. He came off of the leg thing. I don't expect him to be that dude because he still ain't 100%. Like he shouldn't be back to who he is in a year. So he still needs time. And this to me is him working it. I think they relied too much on him last game when Kyrie got hurt. They just start giving KD the ball without even any thought about scoring. Like they literally weren't trying to score. But this game, I think they'll try more. It's a lot to ask of a player that's not how he plays. Like, so if he had 30, he's like, hey, man, I need you to get 45. And Buddy had 48. He's like, hey, I did what I do to another level. I got you 48. I got you 40. I got you 45. What else do you want me to do? It takes a lot to get 40.
Yes.
It's not easy to get 40 in the game. It takes a lot to get 40. So for him to get 40 this game and still get whatever else he does, and if they pull out a win, awesome. I don't expect them to, but if they do, that's just a bigger indictment to me about the pressure for Milwaukee.
Mm.
If they didn't smell blood in the water, I don't feel like they would even be playing this time.
Bree?
Yeah, Brianna. What's up?
So my opinion is, I think I expect it of him. I expect you to go out there and get me 40. I expect you to do what you're a superstar. I expect this of you. I expect you to go out there and do it. I understand you coming off an Achilles injury, but you knew what it was when you came in here. You knew that Kyrie ain't there half the time. I mean, it's different in the playoffs, but he wasn't there half the time. And you know it's injuries. Injuries are bound to happen. So you know when your two guys go down, it's on you. Yes, it's on you. You the nigga now. You already was the nigga. You the best nigga on the team. So now, yeah, you that nigga now. I expect it of you. I expect nothing less. I understand what you're coming off of, but it's the playoffs, and I expect you to go out there and do what you're supposed to do.
Do you expect him to? I feel that. I feel that. I don't think he should. I think he should at least average 35 from here on out, not 40. I'll say 35. But
Brianna, do you think it's fair?
That he wins. Do you think it's fair?
Think it's fair?
You think it's fair?
Yes,
that's from the Kevin Durant, man, the biggest one I know herself. She said, "Nah, nigga,
be a fan out here." She said,
"But do you expect him? Do you expect him to take it to the level of how we judge LeBron to win this series?
Yes.
Because he's supposed to win this series too.
Yes, because you want to be. You saying you're the best player in the league? That's what you told us. You said that LeBron, you done beat him twice. So what's up? Do what you're supposed to do then. You think you're better than LeBron? Do what you're supposed to do.
Hey, Brianna, the biggest thing is I think he can win this series too.
I do. I think
he can win them a championship.
I think he can do it. I think he could. I feel like he's already been doing an amazing job at the playoffs. He's been doing great.
For sure.
But now you know what you got you up against. You don't have your man just hurt, but he out there trying to do what he got to do for you. But he's hurt. So yeah, you got to step up. You know he hurt. Step up.
Hey, you heard that, KD? But you better have 50. Better have 50.
Listen,
you got to pull. He got to pull. He got to. If we go off of what Brianna's saying, bro. Hey, he got the channel. What Kawhi had channeled in them couple of games last series, and hey, nigga just gotta get it, bro. Hey,
you gotta get it.
Hey, biggest
it
fan,
don't
biggest critique.
I like feel right, though, man.
Chris would have never did that to LeBron.
This is true. This is true because I don't.
He wouldn't have did it to LeBron. He would have made an excuse. It just don't feel right. I'm just messing around.
It don't feel right. I want to. I'm like, bro, I do expect you to be. If you that dude, you that nigga, you supposed to be the best player in the NBA.
That's real. That's real.
That's what it is. This is what you said. And the
nobody be like, oh,
because when
LeBron, even when LeBron hurt, they still expect LeBron to go out there and I don't care.
True.
Go out there and I don't care. He hurt.
That's true.
Oh well, go out there and put the team on your back, LeBron. So I expect that. Put the team on your back, Katie. I expect
that's true. That's what's up. I definitely feel that.
I
I
feel it
just feel for the man because he was hurt. LeBron ain't never been hurt for real till this year. But this nigga KD, I'm just like, God damn, bro. This
Did you
nigga
see
can't
he
catch a
was hurt
break
this
now.
year and Chris did give him no love, bro. Chris was like, he out there. It's
Oh,
gonna happen.
he gonna do it. Yeah,
that's
that's true.
actually
That's
he
true.
is.
That's true.
That's what I meant by what I said. He is
Bro.
LeBron James. I don't give a damn. You out there, goddamn it. Do
That's
that
true.
great
I
shit
mean
we
that.
done seen
I
1,000
mean that.
times before. I don't give a
I
damn.
don't know
Alright.
what that means.
Hold on. Now, as far as the rest of the playoffs, I'm gonna be brief. First off,
Oh,
if
you
you'd
gonna
have
talk
told
about
me this dude, Joel Embiid, was gonna go 0 for 12 and a half, I'd have bet you $100. No lie. Ain't no way. But
hey, that
I
might be
don't know
another
why.
reason why Sean didn't get on. Atlanta won another game.
I mean, but it's the biggest thing it's the takeaway from me was for them to win that game, bro. This dude Embiid had to completely bottom out and be booty. Like this man really went 0 for 12. I still think Philadelphia gonna win. I think that just shows more that Embiid he's really hurt. Like, bro, that junk is bothering him, bro. Cause he was like on that one he missed at the end. Cause at that play, I was like, oh yeah, that's layup. They up one. And he was like, he said the same thing Patrick Ewing said. Man, usually in that situation, I would dunk. But I was hurt. Utah and the Clippers, it's still up in the air for me. Clippers is just too inconsistent, bro. Like they be bad, then they be good, then they be bad, then they be good. Feel like eventually legs just gonna catch up with them no matter what. Boys playing too many games, dog. For them to show how good they can be, they playing too many games. Like if you that good, it seems like you just taking games off. Why? Why are you dragging your body out like that? Like, especially this dude Kawhi. We know we was just talking about the boy got them Brandon Roy knees. Like, come on, man. They ain't not the Brandon Roy because I had love him. He won me a lot of money on 2K. But hey, man, I still don't trust them. I see that series going to 7. They could win it, but I don't think none of them niggas is gonna beat the Suns. Them boys is hot. This dude,
On it.
hey, this dude Devin Booker got
On
the
it.
biggest chip on his shoulder, dog. Like, and he is wearing that junk like a badge of honor. Like, oh, y'all ain't saw me. They wouldn't put us on TV. Oh, you about to see this why I scored 70 the other year. And the dude Chris Paul is just doing what he do. This nigga is like what them niggas? A
Puppet
Puppet
master.
master.
He a puppet
yeah,
master.
this dude's a puppet master, bro. Everybody is always where they supposed to be. No matter what. The dude got Jay Crowder out here getting interviewed often. Like, come on, bro. Nobody don't be interviewing Jay Crowder, dog.
Crowder?
Come on, bro. Don't be interviewing this dude, man. I seen Jay Crowder interview that dude had looked like one of the Migos, bro. Them boys is playing some good basketball. They got a real good team over there in Phoenix. So I can't lie. In the West right now, I done flip flop now, man.
Listen, man, I told
I
y'all,
don't see
man.
nobody beating Phoenix,
Them
dog. Them
Phoenix
boys.
Suns is on something else.
Whew.
Told
That
you,
boy
them niggas
Aiden,
want it. They want
listen,
it. It's now or never.
Whew.
Do or die. What's up?
listen.
And they young.
Chris Paul, look, you talking about Chip. Chip, man. That's exactly who Chris Paul is. I got the biggest chip on my shoulder. Y'all be saying all these niggas is better than me. I'm about to show y'all when I'm healthy,
But think about
ain't
it.
nobody better than me.
Think about it. Nobody ever said Chris Paul wasn't better than these dudes. The knock was always he couldn't stay healthy.
And he can't get it. He can't do it.
Always.
You don't come out.
Every
What
Chris
happened?
Paul team has been good, even when he was in New Orleans.
And he up for another contract. And they gonna give it to him because if you deliver them this chip, the city of Phoenix, it already
Guess
be
what?
burning, but it's gonna burn like literally
Man.
for real because it's gonna
This
be.
nigga, them boys win a ship. He gonna say bump Phoenix and go play with LeBron because they He'd be like, "Hey, I got my chip. Let me just try to get another one, big dog. Bump that.
Is he
Hey,
done? Is he done?
That'll
I'm
be
gone.
done, right?
I'm gone. He gonna take the pay cut, man. It's over with. Lakers
taking
about
no
to
pay
go
cut.
back to back real quick.
Bruh, Chris Paul balling. And I seen the
Mhm.
argument when we were talking about maybe he could be the MVP, and I'm like, hey man, he might should get it. Nah, it was Joker,
Mhm.
but he was number 2 for me.
I don't
Man,
think he was
listen,
number 2.
he number
Only
2.
because MVP is such an individual thing.
Yeah, but
And he
man,
only
listen,
averaged, he did what superstars do in the playoffs, though. Like he was only averaging like 16 or 17 points a game in the regular season. But he was the maestro. But in the playoffs, man, he done went up about 20. He been scoring 21, 24, 27.
he
You know what I'm
the
saying?
closeout where he had 37, didn't he?
Bruh, he had some ridiculous number that, hey, we was like, bruh, this dude Chris Paul is the point guard.
I think he was shooting like 67, 68% from the field.
This dude got the most wet mid-range jumper I've seen in a long time.
Listen, man,
I'm like,
balling
how
out
do
of
y'all keep
control.
letting him do this?
I told
Fadeaway
y'all they
right
were better
here.
than the Nuggets. Y'all didn't want to let them boys got a squad. They
Sweet.
go listen. And if the Clippers and the Jazz go 7 games, listen, the next round is gonna be quick. It's gonna be quick and fast. Over.
I don't
In
know.
5.
I don't know.
Listen to me.
I
It'll
don't
be
know
over
about
in
that.
5.
Man.
Suns rock
I ain't saying they ain't gonna
I'm
win.
saying it.
And I don't think it's
I'm
gonna be
saying it.
5 though.
It's over in 5. I said
Well,
what I
that's
said.
tough. That's tough.
Yeah.
That is tough. I think it's gonna be a good matchup. I think the
I ain't
next
say it was
one is
gonna be
gonna be
it's
good.
not gonna be a good matchup, but the Suns gonna win it just about every game.
I don't know if they're gonna
Put
win
that.
every game, but
I
Put that.
actually don't think Utah is bad. And if Utah win in 6, that's not a crazy long series to me. That's not they didn't do what they were supposed to do. They just it took 6 games, right?
Yeah, both
So
teams
them
did what they were
playing
supposed to
6
do at
games
home.
going into the conference finals, if they win, I don't see that as bad. Same with the Clippers. Honestly, if the Clippers play 6 games and they win, I don't see that as bad, man.
Yeah. Because then it's just gonna be
series. Sometimes
it's gonna be
stuff like that.
which Clippers team is you gonna get? Is you gonna get the team that's
That's
gonna
the
come
one. It's
ball
who
like
shows up on that day.
yeah?
But I mean,
And
Utah they were the best team in the league for a reason. As long as Donovan Mitchell keeps trending towards healthy, I figure they'll be all right, man. They'll bounce back.
And I think if the Jazz make it to the finals, the Western Conference Finals, that's when Mike Conley come back.
And I also think that nigga Donovan Mitchell,
they doing all that without Mike Conley, bro.
Oh yeah,
Donovan Mitchell's been a beast.
Well, you can't
They're gonna
hold
put on a
buddy,
show
bro.
if they get to the Western Conference Finals.
Oh, that shit
like,
gonna be crazy. You gonna be some high scoring games, dog.
Yeah.
Right? It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
I feel it. But the Suns is a better team.
I don't know.
Go crazy,
I don't know.
But the Suns is the
I
better
like
team.
the Suns.
Utah was number one for a reason, man.
I knew they was gonna win that.
Was number one for a reason. Donovan Mitchell plus the defensive player of the year. Hey, hard to argue against.
Bro, you went from LeBron beating everybody, including the Suns, to now the Suns is the best team I've
Did I
seen in the
not
playoff. And
after they lost?
So fantastic.
But you didn't say it until after they lost.
Else.
I said after they beat the Lakers, I said I don't see anybody beating the Suns.
Dude, you just don't like
lost.
the Jazz? Is that it? You just think the Jazz got it because they got it in the regular season?
Yeah. I feel like the Suns is the more complete team.
The Nuggets were still giving them a little bit of, if Joker didn't get kicked out.
Dude, if they had one other person, those games wouldn't have been what they were.
Jamal Murray wasn't
if Jamal
playing.
Murray was playing, it would have been a whole different ball game.
But he wasn't.
Joker was doing it by himself, and it was just that nigga. Like,
and Donovan Mitchell got a bag.
And now you gonna talk about they either going against Donovan Mitchell and the defensive player of the year, or they going against at the two where Devin Booker play, he about to be facing Paul George, who is fucking 6'10", which is gonna be a tough cover. And then I don't even remember who played the 3, but whoever played that gonna have to deal with Kawhi. So I don't see them doing away with neither one of them teams. I think it'll be a good series. Now I think they could beat either one of them teams,
Yeah.
but just like they just gonna handle them boys,
No.
barring injury. Yeah, no, I don't think so.
I don't
feel
think they just gonna handle Utah.
No.
I think they could definitely win though.
They
Sure.
could definitely win. I definitely agree that they can definitely win, but they're not about to just beat them boys, sweep them boys.
You like
We'll
on the
see.
5-game Swizzy, like just the gentleman's sweep. It's a wrap. They gonna get these dudes.
Yeah,
to
because
build.
to me, both of these series injuries was big. First
And Chris Paul
round,
got another chance, another few days to rest that shoulder, get to chill out, hang out, chill in the sun, do whatever he wanted to do. Getting ready for the
yeah,
game.
that'll be the biggest thing when they play a team that's all the way healthy all the way through. Because remember, in the first round, you had this team probably getting beaten 4-1 against the Lakers until AD got hurt. So, and then in the last round, Jamal Murray ain't played for the whole season. That definitely makes a difference.
And then
Oh
they
yeah, I'm not
definitely
saying that it doesn't. I'm just saying that what's left now for what we know, they're the best team as of right now. For me, they're the best team.
There you go. I don't know, man. I don't know about that one. I picked the Hawks, I guess, after that first crazy wild pick 'em, and they just managed to.
I still don't see the Hawks winning that series. I feel like
Hawks
that's
can
some
do
big.
that.
I
It's a
don't
big
think this
ass.
dude.
It is a big ass. And they did blow an 18-point lead at one point.
Yeah.
But
I just feel like, man,
I
Joel
guess if
Embiid had to
Embiid
go
get
0
any
for
reps,
12.
he's a problem for them.
If Embiid goes 2 for 12 in the second half, the
They
damn
win.
Sixers win the game. So yeah, I feel like if
I
that
don't
was
know
gonna
about
happen
that
to
one,
the
Mike.
Hawks, that shit should have happened in game 6 or game 7. I think they might lose the next 2.
We'll
But
see. It
you
depends
never
on
know.
his knee.
Hey,
It apparently totally depends on his knee, bro.
yeah, definitely does.
Never know. We're gonna keep watching these playoffs. I'm gonna try to put this one out as fast as I possibly can. Y'all just continue to like, share, subscribe, and we out. Deuce.
Peace.